Hey guys, how's it going? Hello, hello. Beth Filer with South Texas Creations. How you guys doing? So tonight we're going to be making a Valentine's centerpiece. Super simple, super easy to put together. I think you guys are going to like it. And all the materials came from Hobby Lobby. Okay. So let me just show you real quick what we're going to be using. I have this really adorable container. I got this at the Hobby Lobby in their discount section. It was regular, I think like 15 something. I got it for $3. $3. And it measures out 5 by 5. So I've already put my styrofoam in there and glued that down. So the next thing, I just want to show you the flowers we're going to be using. I'm going to use some hydrangeas, some red hydrangeas around the bottom. I'm going to be topping it off with some of these real pretty, I'm not sure what these are called. If anyone knows what these are called, please let me know. And of course, roses. You can't have a Valentine centerpiece without roses. And guys, the next time you go to Hobby Lobby, check out these roses. These are made out of a felt material. They're over in the bridal section, across the aisle from where all the bridal stuff is kept. These never go on sale, but these are so worth it. And I'm going to put 3 of them in tonight. I also have some real pretty little white, I think these are, oh gosh, I can't remember what these are called, but these are also in the bridal section. These and these are in the bridal section. And then of course we have to have some hearts. And then we're going to have one big heart right in the center. And then I'm going to do some accents with some gold popping up. So this is going to be real pretty. Since I've got gold already in on this, I thought I'd introduce a little bit of gold in there. I got these over in the bridal section, and they're just little hearts. They come in stripes and polka dots, if you can see that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some little embellishments that we're going to add in with the flowers, okay? So my hot glue is on. My hot glue gun is on. So let me show you how we're going to make these, okay? So whenever you have any flowers left over and you have the stems, don't throw the stems away. Don't throw these stems away. I keep all of them. I have a little baggie full of them. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take some glue and run a little bead of glue right down the center on the back side of one of these hearts. And I'm going to place the stick right on there, just like that, okay? And now we're going to take some glue and we're just going to run a real thin bead of glue right along the outside of the heart. Fill it in with just some glue. We're going to take the other heart. We're going to lay that right on top. Be careful not to squeeze the heart too much or you're going to have hot glue oozing out the edge. You just want to kind of press it just a little bit. And so one side is striped and the other side is polka dots. Super easy. So I'm going to make 5 because you always want to work in odd numbers. That's why I'm using 3 of the roses. Those are my primary flower. And always when you do a primary flower, you always want to work in odd numbers, 3, 5, 7, whatever. However big your wreath or centerpiece or whatever you're going to do. Hey guys, so I have 5 of these already made. So I'm going to set these off to the side. But you can find these little hearts over in the wedding section of Hobby Lobby. They do not, these are not on sale. And these are made out of a kind of a canvas, a heavy canvas. So you get, let's see, you get 36 hearts. So you get half stripe and half polka dot. And they're gold. So I'm going to, you can use these for anything. So I'm just going to set those off to the side. So like I said, I've got this gold and ceramic container. It's a 5x5, and I already got my styrofoam in there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work around the edge, and I'm going to build from my edge up. And I'm going to use my my hydrangeas first and put a nice pretty row of hydrangeas all the way around. So whenever I do that, you want to take, if you can, now this one you can't, but you want to push your greenery up towards your flowers. This particular bush won't allow me to do that. So that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and clip it off. And I'm going to go ahead and clip off that flower, because what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll add the flower later. And let me clip some of this down. I don't need that much of a stem. Now this would be a really cute, fun little, but we're going to put a row of the hydrangeas all the way around. See what I'm doing? And then I'll go back later and fill it in with flowers. With leaves, I mean, sorry. And if you're going to sell this, always add a little bit of hot glue just to make sure that the stems are in here very sturdy. Now, these stems are rather thick, so I'm not putting a pick on them. I don't need to, because they are thick. And see how pretty that's looking already? And I have some more hydrangeas over there. I thought I had enough. So let me go get my other bush of hydrangeas. I thought I had enough hydrangeas, but I don't. So I'm going to take these out and I'm going to kind of scatter them a little bit. And I'm going to fill them in with some baby roses instead. So I'm going to do 2 hydrangeas on each side. And then I will do the baby roses to finish all the way around. So see, not quite all the way around. I thought I had another bushel of hydrangeas, but I don't. But I have some baby roses. These are very cute. So I'm going to use these to fill in. Let's see. So I'm going to turn this greenery around so it's kind of draping down on the edges. So here's what we have so far. You see, we still have the middle to fill in. I love these little baby roses. I got these at Hobby Lobby as well. And I'm just going to put a few more in here. I sure am glad you guys are joining me tonight. Okay, let's see, I've got a few more baby roses. I'm going to go ahead and add those on. And then we'll add the larger roses. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. And as you can see, I still have the center. So I'm working from the outer edge in. So the next thing I want to do is I want to start with my large roses. Now, I'm telling you guys, let me let you get a close-up look at these roses. Look at these things. Aren't they gorgeous? These are so pretty. And like I was telling you, you can get these over in the wedding section of Hobby Lobby. These are $2.99. They never go on sale. They're like a felt material. I used these before in one of my other projects. And what I like to do is open up the petals as much as I can. It's kind of hard to, but you can do it. And so I'm going to do 3. So I'm going to do a triangle with these. Now I don't want these to go too far down. Because remember, this is going to be my dominant flower. So I'm going to put one right here. And then I'm going to put one right here, so that'll give me a triangle look. Let me open up this petal. I love these. Love them, love them, love them. And they have all kinds of different flowers over there. And they're all made out of the same material, like that felt fabric material, but they look so realistic in my opinion. Okay, so as you can see, I did kind of a triangle look because we're doing 3. So now what I want to do is I'm going to add some fun stuff. I'm going to start adding some of these to build it up in the center. I want it tall, not too awfully tall, and I'm also going to use some pink to lighten this up. So with this one, you can push the greenery up to the top of the flower. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Start off by cutting your stems long, because you can always cut them a little shorter if you need to. Because, you know, if you cut them too short, you can't add on. But if you cut them long enough or too long, you can always take it off. So it's always best to just cut your stems a little longer than what you need. Now I'm going to use quite a few of these because these are going to be my fillers, my filler flower in the center. And again, I am going to introduce a lot of this pink in the center because I want to kind of break it up a little bit. And of course the heart. This heart is going to go right in the center. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put that in now. So that will help me judge how tall I want my flowers to be. And this is just a metal heart. I got this at Hobby Lobby as well. And it was $1.99 for this. And if you really wanted to dress this up, you could take some gold paint. So, especially with this one, since it's got gold in it, and you can dry brush just a little bit of paint, a little bit of gold across here. You could do silver, anything that would, just a little bit of dry brushing. If you're not sure what dry brushing is, that's when you take your brush and you put paint on it, and then you go back with a paper towel and you take most of it off. So all you're doing is loading up your brush with paint and then taking it back off, and then very lightly you're going to brush against the grain. So that's about as tall as I'm going to want this to be. So the rest of my flowers are going to fall just underneath the heart. And once I get my filler flowers in, then I'm going to go back with my white flowers, a lot of my little accent pieces that I've got, and fill all that in. So this gives it kind of a whimsy look at the top. Slide this around. I'm going to put a red one right here. And plus with the leaves popping out, I just like, it gives it that whimsical look. Now I'm also going to use some of these. This is my go-to flower for the spring. Especially, they have them in all colors. And it's a really thick flower. I mean, it's a small flower, but it's bunched very thick. So you can put these in there kind of deep, and that will hide and fill in a lot of that dead space that you have. So let me just bring that a little closer. See where I added that in? Right here on the edge. So that fills in a lot of that empty space that you have, because the flower itself is so combined, so the clusters are very thick together. And something like this, you want to cut your stem a little bit shorter, so as you push it in, it will fill in and then spread out those flowers. I'm not sure what this flower is called, honestly, but like I said, I use it a lot in the springtime because it comes in yellows and oranges and pinks, purples, blues, white, off-white. It's over in their it's over in the flower section where they have all the big bundles of flowers. So it's not one of their higher grade flowers, but it's really a good flower to use for a filler. So we're going to add a little more pink to this. Not so much more. I'm not going to do any more red. I'm going to use more pink coming up from the center. And then I'm going to start putting in some white, some of my little white delicate flowers, and then some more little, these little hearts. I love these. Those are cute. And you can see just how simple something like this can be put together in no time. Swing this around. Okay, so we've got the pinks coming up in the center. We got our heart. So now we're going to lighten it up and kind of give it a little more pizzazz, if you will. I got these really cute white feathers. Again, I got these over in the bridal section. And I got 3. So let me clip off. These were $1.99. And I just thought these were fun. So I'm going to put these down towards the bottom. I just thought these were really fun. See how that little feather is poking out? So what I'm going to do, the way my roses are triangled, I'm putting the feathers in between where the roses are in a triangle. Because I only have 3. I wanted to stick with an odd number. And I don't want it to be too overpowering with the feathers. But I just thought it kind of gave it a little whimsical, more of a whimsical look. So this one I'm going to put right here between these 2 roses. I just love that. This one, let me pull this one out. I'm going to reposition it because I want it right in between the 2 roses. And since there are 2 of them, you can separate them out a little bit. And then I have one more. And if you've never been over to the bridal section, you've got to go over there and check it out. You'd be surprised some of the things that you can use. Like, who would ever thought using feathers in this, right? But that's, you know, that's what makes your design stand out over anyone else's, because you've got different elements in there. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add some of these, I think these are sweet pea. So I'm just going to add some little white ones in here to kind of brighten this up. They look like baby's breath, actually. Maybe that's what they are. They're baby's breath. So see how the white just kind of brightens it up? And now I'm going to add some of these taller ones, just a little bit taller. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut this. I want to cut them open. Because they're all wrapped in a bundle. And I don't want them in a bundle. So I'm just going to slip these down in here. I don't need all this greenery. I just mainly want the flower. I'm just going to have some of that coming out, poking out. Okay, that's real thin. So let's see, this one's a little thicker. There we go. So see, just a little white one sticking out at the top. Let me grab, I'm going to probably do 3 of these around the heart itself. Okay, I'm going to add one more right here. Slide that in. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add some of these hearts. Now I got these over in the Valentine section of Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to take this heart, I'm going to peel it apart. And I'm just going to add, some little hearts just popping out like that. See, isn't that cute? Just some little hearts popping out in different areas. And then I'm going to add these little guys at the end, and they're going to be more towards the bottom. Okay, so let me just pull this up. I want to get this a little more even. Okay, now we're going to add these little guys that I showed you how to make. These coming out. They're going to be very, I mean, you have to really look for them. But see, isn't that cute? It's just a very subtle little accent that you can add to this. And I'm doing, you know, one side, I mean, each side is is either stripe or polka dot, but I'm just, you know, just however I place them in. And I'm putting these down a little lower. And let me put one right here. And I think that's all. I want to make one more. Let's make one more. And I'll show you guys how I made these real quick, because I see a spot where I would like to put one. So let me see, I have a baggie full of these things. So all you want to do is just grab a stem. And now these stems come off of the flowers. So like, for example, this is a nice long stem right here. I'll trim that off and I'll put that in my bag. I never throw away anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bead of hot glue right down the center of the heart. I'm going to lay the stick right on top of that glue, okay? And then I'm just going to put a bead of glue all the way around the edge of the heart. Fill it in with just a little bit of more hot glue. Then I'm going to take the other heart and lay it right on top. Now just like I said earlier, just be extra careful. You don't want to squeeze, because then you're going to squeeze that hot glue out and burn your fingers. So you just want to kind of tap it. And there you go. That's how you make it. Super easy. Let that dry for just a second. And we're going to put this one right there. And I might just make a few more, because I really like how those look. Let me give you guys a close-up look of them. See how cute they are, just kind of poking out. And then you have the smaller ones here. And then you've got the big one on the top. Then you got the little feathers sticking out. Now, if you really wanted to jazz this up, you could take a little bit of gold. Because the base is gold, the little hearts that I made are gold, and you can take some of these. Let's just put one in and see what it looks like. Spread this out, and we'll just put it in here and see what it looks like. And that just kind of, oh, I like that. I like that gold in there. And I have 3 of these. I think I'm going to add that in there. That looks really pretty. And again, I'm going to do the triangle look. Put them in at a triangle and then just spread them out. I'll put one right here. You want them kind of deep. You don't want them to overpower the heart that's coming up out of the center. And then just spread them out. And that just gives it another element. Oh, how pretty. Okay, let me give you guys a close-up look. See where I added the gold? Yes, I like the gold too. And you got your roses. And I'm going to go ahead and make a few more of these, the little hearts. So we're going to make just kind of sit back and look at my, I'm going to rotate it around and see where I want to add more. Okay, this side right here has plenty. This side has plenty. I think I'm going to add one right here. Pull that greenery up. I'm going to add one right here. They're just so cute. And I definitely wanted to add one right here. And then I'm going to add one more on this side and we are done. So each side, since this is a 4-sided, each side has 2 of the little gold hearts sticking out. Okay. All right, we are done. So there you go. Isn't that cute? And it all ties in with the gold. Let me just swing it all the way around for you guys. And what a pretty centerpiece this would be on an end table, your dining room table. And go out and make one. And if you make one, send me a picture. I love to see how y'all's turned out. And I always like to showcase it on my page. Okay, guys, I'll see y'all later.